What's up, you guys? We just had a post come out from Jordan Burroughs. So he just went to Jason Nolf's club in Texas and he gave this great speech to the kids. I wanted to share with you and talk about it, see what we can learn from what six-time world champ, the greatest to ever do it, has to say about wrestling, developing youth athletes, and just the right mindset behind it. Just take a listen. We'll add some comments as we go.
Right? You can tell a lot about a person just by watching them wrestle. I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to have a conversation with you. I don't have to ask your parents who you are. All I got to do is pull up your wrestling matches, and I can tell a lot about you. Not whether you win or whether you lose, but more so how you compete.
This is so true. I mean, you guys all probably had seen your friends wrestle or you wrestle yourself. If a kid is grinding out there, going their hardest, you know that kid's a hardworking kid. Or you see another type of wrestler who's letting it all fly, right? He's ripping throws, ripping techniques, not afraid to wrestle. You know that guy's got courage. So it's so true when you go and watch somebody wrestle, you understand more about who that person is. Is he afraid? Is he courageous? Is he a hard worker? Is he looking for excuses? Right? Is he calling injury time a bunch of times, using an inhaler? Right? So definitely got to agree with Jordan Burroughs on that.
Right? Are you brave? Are you courageous? Are you a risk taker? Are you working? Are you a hard worker? Right? Are you someone who's taking care of their body? Have you eaten well? Have you trained well? Have you cut your weight well? Do you listen to your coaches? When things get dicey and when you get uncomfortable, when you get a bad call from the referee, do you complain? Do you whine? Do you cry in the middle of your matches? Will you shake hands with your opposing coach, with your opponent after the match is over? Right? Are you willing to take constructive criticism? Are you willing to take instruction from your coaches?
All these are so true. Are you the type of wrestler that is respectful, that does all these things that Jordan Burroughs is saying? It's hardworking, that isn't afraid to lose. When everyone's watching you guys wrestle, they're making those assumptions about you. Not just about what type of wrestler you are, but what type of person you are, right? If you're freaking out, punching a wall, throwing your headgear after you lose, people think negatively towards you because of that. They think, man, that kid's got a bad temper. And those things are going to correlate to other parts of your life. That's why I love wrestling so much, is it helps refine people and gets them to work through all these kind of negative parts about their life. Are they lazy? Do they have a bad temper? And as a coach, I'm trying to develop these athletes to work through these things and to become a different wrestler, and as a result, become a better person, right? A different person.
Are you focused on the outcome and on the victory and on the trophies and the belts, or are you focused on the craft and the performance? These are the things that you have to ask yourself, because if all I have to do is just watch you wrestle and tells me a lot about you, what's your wrestling say about you? When you wrestle, what's it say about you? That's something you can control. Skills, that takes time, right? Emotional maturity, discipline, strength, right? Physical gifts, like all those things take time. But the one thing that we can control right now, tonight, is our effort and our energy and our attitude. Those three things: effort, energy, attitude. You guys can flip a switch and make a decision tonight. I want to be as good as I possibly can be. I'm going to listen. I'm going to focus, and I'm going to give 100% effort every single time. And by the way, I'm going to do it with a good attitude.
I love that. And I've heard Ben Askren say it a little bit differently. He says, everyone says focus on things you control, but he talks about you can control your effort and your composure. But it's the same thing. You guys need to focus on the things that you can control. And you can't control whether you're going to win or lose, right? I probably should pull up Ben Askren's video on this too, but it might take me a second to find it. But Ben Askren explains 99.9% of people in the world are not going to beat Mitchell Messenbrink. So if you got to wrestle him, you're not going to be able to Whether you win or lose, that doesn't matter. That's not up to you. You're going to lose. You're going to lose to Mitchell Messenbrink, right? But what can you control, right? You control the effort you put in and your composure on whether you win or lose. Are you going to be crying, freaking out? And if you focus on those things, you'll become less stressed out. You'll wrestle to your best potential. You won't let your emotions, dictate whether you're going to wrestle like scared or hold back. So, don't get caught up. This is what Jordan Bro's going to talk about in a second too. Don't get caught up in the desire to like win or like the gold medals and all these things. If you're fixated so much on kind of winning, getting the gold medal, getting the trophies, you're not going to perform your best, and you're going to pull away from all the fun and all the enjoyment of the sport. And I'll catch myself doing this too with my athletes, because as much as I might tell my athletes, hey, it's all about effort, it's all about composure, it's all about the things you can control. I think I talk too much about winning and becoming a champ, and I might be saying on one hand, hey, effort matters more, and that's what we should be focusing on. But we got to win the state title. We got to win this. We got to win this. You're going to win a champ. You're going to be the best ever. You're going to win this. You're going to win a national championship. So I'm telling these kids, like, on one hand, like, winning must matter that much if all I'm talking about is them going to be winning state titles. But then on the other end, I'm saying, oh, no, it's not about winning. Don't focus on that. Focus on effort. So make sure your message is clear. And I'll see parents do the same thing. They'll, on one hand, say, right, hey, I just want you to give your best effort out there. I don't care whether you win or lose. Just give your best effort and try stuff. But when they go and lose, even if they gave their best effort, their parents may not talk to them, may show that they're upset, may yell at their kid. So make sure your actions and your words are consistent. And the consistency should be, it's all about effort, composure, enjoying the sport, putting your best foot forward. Keep that message the same, and make sure you're acting that way when a wrestler wins or loses. So whether they win or lose, you should act the same. If they give a low effort or if they freak out, that's where your mannerism should change, right? If my athlete doesn't give a good effort, the next day I'm going to talk to him about his effort. Whether he won or lost, I'm not going to ream him out, because that's not what matters, right? All right, we'll go back to this.
Those are the people that coaches want to coach. And so at my club, people tell me all the time, man, you got favorites here. And I'm like, you're right. I do have favorites. It's the guys that work the hardest and who show up the most. Those are the guys that I want to coach. They're kind. They listen. They're disciplined. They're inquisitive, right? They ask questions. They're creative, but they're also curious. And when they ask me something, it's with the intent to learn and not the intent to try to teach me. They just want to learn. They're trying to figure some things out. So it's the puzzle. It's the puzzle. The last piece I'll leave you guys with, and it's what we call at our wrestling club, we call it the arcade perspective, right? And so how many people have ever been to an arcade here? You've been to an arcade, raise your hand, right? Dave and Buster's, right? You've been to an arcade, maybe in a hotel or movie theater. All right, so arcades are awesome because at the end of the day, the goal is to win as many as possible, right? Tickets. And then at the end, when you finish up, right, you use all the points on your card, you go and you try to cash in all your tickets to get a prize at the end, but the tickets are never as cool, or the prize is never as cool as all the tickets you won, right? And so you win thousands of tickets and you go and cash them in at the end of the day, and what do you get? Like a whoopee cushion. Right? That's it. And so you spend all day winning all these tickets, running from game to game, trying to be the best and outdo your friends. So all you could bring home was a whoopee cushion. But let me ask you this. If I took you to Dave & Buster's and I gave you a power card and I let you play all day long and you didn't win a single ticket or leave with a prize, would it still be a pretty good day?
Yes.
It'd be awesome, right? It'd be a lot of fun. I'd still want to go. But think about it from a wrestling perspective. If I took you to a tournament and you wrestled all day and you got beat every single time, and when they were handing out trophies at the end of the tournament, you weren't getting one, and you had to leave that tournament empty-handed, you probably wouldn't feel very good, would you? It wouldn't be as fun as that arcade. But imagine if we could reframe our perspective and we could shift our focus from wins and trophies to performance and fun playing the game, right? What if we just loved to play the game so much that we wanted to play it, even if we knew we couldn't win? Even if we knew there was no prize that was going to be given to us at the very end, we just loved to play the game and we wanted to play as long and as much as we could. Kind of like you guys with an iPad, right? Or a cell phone or Roblox.
So the question is, as an athlete, or, we'll talk about as an athlete first. Do you love wrestling? Do you want to come to practice? Do you enjoy learning the new moves, working hard, becoming a better wrestler? Or are you solely focused on that end goal of winning the state title? And I think it takes both, right? That the sport itself is way too hard to do it for that long and not like it. You have to enjoy it. And if you're finding that you're not enjoying it, are you cutting too much weight? Is the environment you're in? So now flipping over to the coach's side, as a coach, how can you guys make your room more enjoyable? Of course, you're going to work hard, but that's where I think things like games, things like the way the coach and the athletes carry themselves in the room. Are you a coach who's always yelling at your athletes, always reaming them out, always telling them what a bad job they're doing? You constantly just critiquing every little thing they do, or are you making it an environment where they want to be there, where they want to come and put the extra work in? They want to stay after and ask you questions. They're not just waiting to run out the door, right? And that's a big secret to becoming a great wrestler. You have to enjoy it. You have to love it. And I think some of those rooms that it's not, and I really don't think it's about working hard or not. It's really, do you have, as a coach, are you bringing the right energy to the room? Are you getting the kids excited? Because I've had kids love a practice that's super difficult. And I don't know, you could let me know in the chat whether you like the practice when it's tough or not. But it's not really whether it's going to be a tough practice or not. It's whether the environment's the right environment. Are the coaches flipping out on you? Are they helping you? Are they helping every kid out in the room, or are they just kind of spending time with the better guys? So as a coach, try to make that environment, more fun environment, right?
Or Fortnite, or all of these games that you guys can't put down. Imagine if you loved wrestling as much as you loved Roblox. Right? Imagine if you talked about wrestling as much as you said 6'7". Imagine how good we could become at the sport if we loved the game and not just the outcome and the victory. And so that's the last thing I'll leave you guys with, is this is where it starts. This is where it begins. Work hard, listen to your coaches. You become great wrestlers and you become great men. That's it. You show up, you work hard, you listen to your coaches. I promise you, you guys will all become great wrestlers and great men and women, for the young ladies here in the room as well. Do those three things, good things await you. And so, what time is it? You guys aren't done practice, are you?
6, 7.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys kind of learn from that. I mean, for me, the biggest takeaways, one, be the type of focus on effort, focus on your composure, your attitude. The way you wrestle is going to be the way people perceive you. And it's the way, it's who you are, right? The way you wrestle is who you are. Are you going to be a courageous person? Are you going to be a person who works hard? Or are you going to be the person who has a bad temper, is too scared to win or lose, so they're just stalling the whole time, always looking for a way out? right? And then third, you got to love the sport. If you want to be good at the sport, you got to love it. You got to enjoy coming to practice, learning new moves, watching your favorite wrestlers, and really just falling in love with the sport. And if you're going to spend that much time doing it and you really want to be good, you have to love it and you have to fall in love with it. All right, that's all I got today. I'll see you guys.